What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and I'm here with another edition of the LA Taco Neighborhood Project, talking about La Puente, which is named after a bridge, but it's also an important bridge from the past to the future of Los Angeles. Let's get into it. So first I want to clear something up about the name. Bridge in Spanish is masculine, and it's technically El Puente. However, like so many cities in California, La Puente's name dates back to the Spanish era, in this case the Old Spanish, which used to use the feminine article la, so La Puente. But the history of what is now La Puente goes back so much further. For thousands of years, there was a long-standing indigenous village in the La Puente area called Awigna. However, the beginning of the end of the Awigna village started on July 30th, 1769, when the Spanish Portola expedition camped on the east side of the San Gabriel River, which was adjacent to La Puente in today's unincorporated area of Bassett. The next day, the Spanish had to build a bridge to cross the San Gabriel River, as denoted by Father Juan Crespi, and bridge, again, is Puente, and he named it La Puente in his journal. The Spanish built the Mission San Gabriel in 1771, and Rancho La Puente was demarcated as a mission outpost and ranch in the early 19th century. The Rancho La Puente at 48,000 acres was one of the largest ranchos in California. Following secularization of the missions in the 1830s, the former ranchos passed into private ownership, and in 1845, Rancho La Puente was granted to John Rowland and William Workman, both of whom led a wagon trade of settlers west from Taos, New Mexico. Both men built adobe homes on the rancho, and in 1851, they divided the property roughly in half and established a thriving agricultural community engaged in ranching and farming. In the 1870s, their respective parcels were bought and subdivided by developers who started communities that included La Puente as well as Hacienda Heights. By 1885, developers George Stimson and A.E. Pomeroy bought 20 acres from Rowland's son Albert, and the next year they began laying out the township of La Puente during the peak of Southern California's building boom. In 1887, the Stimson Building, the community's first church, as well as the Rowland Hotel were erected and were the first three buildings in the new downtown of La Puente. Once the Santa Fe Railroad came in, the population boomed, and the town continued to evolve as a prosperous agricultural community throughout the first half of the 20th century. In fact, during the 1930s, La Puente was renowned for its fruit and walnut groves, and it boasted the world's largest walnut picking plant. The groves gave way to development after World War II and was incorporated as a municipal city on August 1st, 1956, right around the time the donut hole was constructed, one of the best examples of programmatic architecture. Today's La Puente is a strong and diverse community with a developing art scene. It's also home to Bishop Amat High School, which has produced many professional athletes. La Puente, the bridge from the past to the future of Los Angeles. All right, LA, it's been a minute.